Girl, I think you're royalty and you deserve nothing less than my loyalty. You hold me down in return, you get more of me. That's how it feel when you're someone's priority, babe. Now what you gonna do with that? I know you ain't used to that. I'll show you better, babe.
I know you're used to letdowns and heartbreaks, lost in silhouettes of your heartaches. I can show you better.
Oh my goodness. Welcome to Grown Folks Business. I'm your hostess with the mostest, Goddess Sierra, and I'm here with my lovely co-host, the Oracle Earlene. Where you at, girl?
Girl, I'm right here saying,
I was having a off-air conversation with her tonight because I am just fired up in the spirit tonight. I had to change the topic of the show last minute. I still have my special guest, Jason Gamble. Can you say hi to the people, Jason?
What's going on?
Well, that wasn't a hi, but, you know, in typical male fashion, they're going to give you what they give you, child.
He done got his ass into tonight.
Listen, so I'm going to talk about some things tonight. I'm not even taking a break because, I am hotter than fish grease. You hear me when I tell you? I'm tired of the lies and garbage. I'm tired of the foolishness. I'm tired of the comedy that is going on in our community. It's tragedy, and comedy is not even around, but it's comical to see, and not to be judgmental, but we have to take a step back, people, and judge where we are as a community, as a people, and how we are in relationships, and how those relationships are either growing us or depleting us. And so normally I wanted to talk in the month of June about, you know, Black men who celebrate Black women. But as I go through talking with my sisters and my goddesses and my empresses and my thoughts and my hoes and all this other stuff, because there's nothing wrong with wherever you're at. But if you're, yes, that's what I'm saying, Early. If you're a thought, and that's where you are in your mindset, you're still holding your phone up and twerking in the mirror, the chances of you getting a king are slim. What if you do it
when you're alone?
But you could get a king pin.
In the mirror when I'm
right, and that's, you know, but you're not posting it. You know, you can get a king pin if you're a thought. You know what I'm saying? You can get a king of the fools, but an actual valuable man, I really don't think that's a place to be complaining. And so I've been hearing this, you know, king and queen stuff for a while. I've been watching everybody rock the shirts and take their little pictures. But then what? What are you building? Because kings and queens come from monarchies. They come from lineage. They come from royalty. They come from something that is established. Just because you bought a shirt, you know, that you actually purchased from the Asian community or the Caucasian community, because you didn't want to patronize your sister who was making a t-shirt business. You had everything negative to say about her business or about her shirts being too high or whatever else. And so you wear your king shirt that after one wash it says ing, because the K came off in the wash machine, you know, and you can't wear it anymore. You know, you're running around and you're saying, I want a king, I want a queen. You know, if you're still beating women, the chances of you calling forth a queen is slim to none. If you're still disrespecting women, if you don't know that you have children that are 13 and 14 and you're still calling them your baby and your baby mama, the chances are you have a teenager. Stop it. You know what I'm saying? You have an adult. Stop it. And so in the efforts for me to really get a better look on this tonight, you know, and y'all probably be like, I can't believe that Goddess Sierra is hot. But I am hot tonight because I've been out in these streets of hot Atlanta. It was hot today. It was so hot. This man was driving his truck and dust. I thought the truck was on fire. It was the heat off the asphalt. I've never seen anything like it. But the car was smoking and it was just the heat off of the ground. And I realized that that's how hot I was with the things that I was seeing today. And so I changed the focus of the show to the king and queen. Is this a fad, or is consciousness shifting? And so I want to talk about that tonight. Earlene, what are your thoughts?
My thoughts about thoughts, whores, skeezers, sluts, and drug addicts, hell, it's all the same shit. To each his own.
I can't.
Shit, if I had, it's a shame I didn't make it to the fridge before I got on because I toast, yes. But personally, I mean, I feel like it's personal preference. So I just can't wait until we go into that conversation that we were having before we came on air. And as for the truck that you passed by, I'm used to that.
You're used to that? Yeah, I'm not used to that. Yes, to each his own. Definitely to each his own. But the thing is, you can't be out here complaining, posting, tweeting, Snapchatting. Well, you can be because, of course, they're doing it. But it's kind of oxymoronic to be out here, hollering, there's no good men, there's no good men. And you're not in the place of even remotely being a good woman if there's such a thing. Jason, your thoughts on that?
To put it out there, point blank, straight and out there, if you want a good man, you got to be a good woman first. If you want a good woman, you got to be a good man. You can't call yourself a king acting like a bitch, and ladies, you can't call yourself a queen, acting like a thought or a trot or a hoe. You can't.
Well, you could be queen of the hoes. I mean, you can be queen of the hoes, and there's nothing wrong with that.
Well, you know what the thing is, a lot of conscious women are hoe like.
Absolutely.
Okay, I gotta say, there is a excessive number of hoe-like queens and conscious women. So, there's a tasteful way to go about things.
They call it liberation.
And there's a very tasteful way to go about it. Absolutely. But that's why, women, I mean, it's like I said, it's all about culture. You can be a hoe and that's like, I know, what's the movie? Pretty Woman? What's that man name who always get head in every movie? Richard Gere. Richard Gere get head in every movie from a hoe. Okay? It be, he take them hoes and he turn them into something better. But that's Richard Gere. Little head can change your life. I mean, Lord, I can't be judgmental against people.
I can, because this is the thing. This is where I'm at with it. This is where I'm at with it, and I'm serious. Earlene is a pot stirrer, so I already know what's going on with this pot stirrer right here, because she's trying to get me. She's trying to get me to cuss, and it ain't gonna happen. But here's the thing. I let her do all of that. Jason, she got Jason doing it. He a guest. But here's the thing.
He do it anyway.
You cannot expect more than you're willing to offer. I don't even like the term good man, good woman, because that's relative. Some people are good woman beaters. Some people are good thieves. Some people are good liars. So that's really relative. When you're setting your intentions in the multiverse and you're asking for a good man, he could be good at a few things. He could be good at beating your behind. He could be good at sleeping with other women. He could be good at sleeping with other men. He could be good at stealing out your purse. He could be good at raping children. So that is a really slim term to utilize when you're setting intentions for a mate. The difference is where I'm having a problem. And I used to do it, so I'm not going to trip and say it doesn't happen. When you can't look at where you're at, and instead you're looking at your mate, blaming them, but you were already there when you got them. You were already that person. I used to be like, there was a guy, and he used to provoke anger in me, but I was already an angry person. He just used to, I used to say, you about to make me go upside your head. Well, he wasn't about to make me do anything that I wasn't already doing. It's just that he was showing the mirror to my anger to provoke change in me. But all I did was constantly stay mad. I couldn't see myself. I was too busy pointing the finger at him and hollering that he wasn't a good man. But truthfully, that relationship taught me a lot. It taught me a lot about myself. And so the things that I wanted to shift and adjust. So where is the point where people can sit back and say, there are a lot of guys on Tinder, for example, these dating sites. I went on there for some research, and yes, it really was research, people. I don't have a problem getting a man. But when I started my business, I wanted to see where men were at. I had about 750 matches. Not one single man had the courage to ask me on a date. Then some friends told me later that it was a hookup site. I didn't know. I thought it was a dating site. But I got
you had 700 men ready to smash that pie.
Oh Lord! But they didn't even like. It said I was matched. Some of them, maybe out of those 700 men, 5 of them said hello. I said hello back, and there was nothing else.
They said you didn't tell you didn't drop that location.
I didn't know. But is this the space? Is this the space where men have gotten that? It's all about, I'm going to ask you, Jason, because you're the man on the phone. It's all about the hookup. Is that, and don't tell me about what you do. Is that you got men? Is this what men do?
I can't wait till you ask me. Go ahead, Jason.
That is exactly what men do. Men get on Tinder for the hookup. If that's their mindset all the time, then hell yeah, that's what they're going to do. If they down to get the pussy, hey.
Oh, can we not say that word? I'm going to throw up in my mouth. Oh, God. And Earlene, see, these two right here are going to be the death of me because I can't stand that word.
Your belly shall be beautiful. Okay.
There's no filter in it. That's what dudes do, especially the ones that ain't ready to commit to a woman. That's what they do. That's their main focus, straight up.
Oh, God. And so clearly there are women who are not experiencing what I experienced, which was not one date in an entire year. I did that because I wanted to see, before I started my show and everything else, I wanted to see where are people at. It seems as if dating is unheard of now. I mean, it seems like it's a virtually lost art form, Mr. Earlene. Please tell me, sir, what you feel about this situation.
Well, no, real talk though. As far as like getting on things like Tinder, I don't like that. Like, I don't even really care for. As you can see me on Facebook, you'll see a lot of people, guys be like, hey, check your inbox. And the first thing I say is, I don't talk in the inbox. My inbox communication is very selective. Right. Like, it could be 1,000 people in there. I swear to God, I'm going to skip through them and I'm going to talk to the people that I want to talk to. And I am utterly disgusted by penis pictures. Believe it or not, I can't stand penis pictures. I can't stand a person who can't hold a conversation about anything other than sex. It make me sick. It's a turn off. So going on sites like Tinder and stuff like that, not me.
Right. Now that's the other thing. Pictures of your lingam. Gentlemen, listen, I'm just going to say this because I had a horrific experience last week where a gentleman that I've known for years sent his entire lingam in the inbox of my Facebook. See, I'm getting choked up. I saw it and I didn't respond.
You can't talk about that and use the word choke.
At all.
I didn't. Well, I choked up because this gentleman
just say you got emotional.
No, I choked up because this gentleman has known me for years and he was married to a very close friend of mine. So it really hurt me that he would think that was okay. But then he said, say something. And I thought, well, what am I supposed to say? And I just didn't say anything. And then he sent me some type of quote. And he said, my bad, I meant to send you this. Listen, bruh, I meant to send you this, but that picture was right next to it. What do you have, a flip phone, bruh? Like, in the age of smartphone, daggone well that you didn't push the wrong picture. And so I said to him, sir, if you want to send a picture of your lingam, at least be man enough to own it. The difference is you just thought that I would respond, and I really have no response. I had no response to it because I didn't even know that 49-year-old men sent pictures. Once you got a gray hair down there, you're not photogenic. You shouldn't. I mean, I'm offended in all walks of life because I don't want to see senior citizen pubes. I just don't. You know what I'm saying? It's not my thing. So you're going to need to either trim the forest, you know what I'm saying, or get out the Just for Men hair dye and go ahead and anoint your pubic area.
Are you saying that it had gray hair on it?
It did, and I thought,
Oh,
it was on the hair, and he shaved it down. But you can see that he shaved it down because it was gray hair. He's 49 years old, and so I'm 44 years old. You know what I'm saying? I'm still, the drapes are still matching the carpet, and so it's all good. But I did not know that 49-year-old men sent pictures of their lingams.
honey, lots of nasty 49-year-old plus men send their not so wonderful penises with no shame, and they expect you to salute it as if it has a flag of some sort.
Yeah, he says say something.
Tied to the side of it.
I had nothing to say. I thought to myself, I've known you for years. This is beyond offensive. And then I had to call my girl, Early, and she was like, girl, he been wanting to give it to you for quite some time. I had to call her for a reading because I thought, what is going on in my energy that he would even, she's like, ain't nothing in your energy, honey. Bro, been wanting to give it to you for years. And like I said, it's almost a 30-year friendship. So I was really shocked. And I'm noticing a lot of that in my inbox as well. Brothers that have known me for years, all of a sudden hit me with the, when we was in high school. What?
Oh my God.
What is wrong with you? Like, dude, I'm 44. I was 16 when the last time I saw you. And then I see the picture of them, or they're sending me pictures with, what are those things called? Early, what are those things called when you don't have any hair in the top, but you got long hair in the back? Oh,
a mullet?
A shag. Yeah, a mullet on the Caucasians and a shag.
That's
on
called.
The melanated.
Oh, that's party. That's business in the top and fun in the back.
Well, I'm seeing, I'm getting pictures like that, and it's really offensive because I'm not certain what that says about me
Did you ask their ass did they play baseball? Because them the only people who wear hair like that.
I mean, and they have on like powder blue suits with white shoes, and I'm really thinking to myself, am I getting old? Why am I attracting this type of man? And they sending me pictures that say King ! Oh God. And I'm like, oh my God, king of what? And I'm thinking, is this our destiny older in life? We gonna get a brother, shuffling to the table with the hi sugar, how you doing, baby girl? Or how you want me to give it to you with my teeth or without my teeth. You know what I'm saying? And I am personally offended by that because I'm thinking I still look amazing. I'm still, what they call a flawless victory. What in the world is making Sammy Davis Jr. think that I'm available? Early, you're the oracle. Earlene, you're the oracle. What is going on in the universe? I don't want you to tell me what you like, Sir Earlene. I want you to tell me cosmically what is going on.
Times are changing.
Oh, Lord. I knew it.
I'm just being real with you. Times are changing. Culture is changing, and men are culture vultures. I mean, they will adapt to whatever's going on with the young people because they want the young vajayjay. Fortunate for you, you still have your youth. If you didn't have your youth, they wouldn't even be looking at you.
These old Jerome pimps?
Yeah, them.
Oh, Father, in your name. Listen. And then the sad part is they have shifted to not even wanting to pay. At least back in the day, they respected you and offered you some money. These brothers now think
this man ain't got no damn money.
They really believe that they are kings.
They are. I mean, now wait a minute. Now, see, men have a misconception of what a king really is. Okay,
drop it off.
Even in the ancient times, they had wealth. Okay, it may have been wealth of stones, it may be wealth of cattle, but they didn't have nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, these men have nothing, and they expect you to take them, feed them, cook for them, rub their balls and their genitals, and it's just okay.
Well, that's the thing. So when we talk about queen, which in certain cultures, was akin to a whore or a harlot, it was in certain cultures. You can look it up, which is why I go by goddess.
They were
because I go by goddess because I know that sometimes when people call you that, they're calling you something else. But this new shift of I'm going in businesses and I'm seeing nothing but women. I'm seeing men that don't have jobs at all, and women who are perfectly content with taking care of them, feeding them, clothing them, sheltering them. And they have the nerve to even take their kids to daycare with a bum who's at home all day playing PlayStation, grown, or Xbox, grown. So, Jason, I know that you have a job. So I know that's not your situation, but I'm sure you know the brother that I'm talking about due to your age bracket. What's that about?
Well, with that age bracket, you just got to look at it like this. Women that have a man like that likes to sit on his ass and do nothing and be a bum and think that, oh, yeah, my baby going to bring home the money. She's bringing home the paycheck. Now, yes, you do have some trifling ass niggas like that. Get your lazy motherfucking ass up.
Jason, can you talk like a king? Seriously, do you have a different vernacular?
The lazy bum on the couch.
Like, seriously, I don't like that my men have to posture like this. Can we just get this conversation out without so much of that? Can we do that?
I got you.
Okay, thank you. And yes, behold, thou art a king. I don't liketh that. So I don't want to produce a show that has men thinking that this type of speech is normal, because it is ego-based. It's posturing. So let's just have this conversation like all sensible adults and get it out, because what I want to know is, why is it that women are in this paradigm shift to take care of men? What is that about?
Because that's what majority of the women actually want. They settle for that. They will
Who?
settle.
Where? What women? Where are they?
Insecure women who don't want their man around other women.
Thank you. That's what I'm talking about.
But the problem is, while you're at work for 12 hours, the other women are in your house.
That's true, but like I said, there are women that will overlook that because they are so infatuated and so in love with that man that they will do that. They will sit there and they will settle and they will take care of this dude because they don't, like Erlene said, they don't want them to go nowhere. They don't want no other woman up in their man face. Damn that. So
listen, you all, stop in my inbox, 310-928-7733. You can call in and you can discuss this. I'll try to keep them from cussing you out for your opinion. Stop texting me in the midst of my show, except for my friends that are texting my phone. Don't inbox me right now with your opinions and your questions. Go ahead and call in the show, 310-928-7733. I'm live on the air, and we can talk about this. If you're a woman that's taking care of a broke man, I would appreciate you calling in and telling me why. If you're a brother that's being kept broke and with a woman, I would appreciate you telling me why.
Please call
because this is a brand new hustle. And I'm just like, I have never been the goddess that would do that. I'll take care of a brother if he fall ill just to get him healthy enough to go back and get that check. And so I'm not going to sit around and care for a grown man and have children by a grown man that isn't taking care of me. I'm hearing a lot of even older men saying, I don't want a woman that tells me that I need to take care of her. What is the position of a man now? What is the definition, Erlene, of a man in 2017?
I have to be honest with you. The men of 2017 are so unique, so different, and so fucked up. I'm sorry, that's all I could think of. Clean. Because I just don't understand. Even some of the men that come in and see me.
Yeah.
They don't even want to pay for the service. They don't even want to pay for the services, provided, but they want, the wealth of knowledge. They want the wealth of what you have to offer. They feel that everything should be given to them.
Jason, I watched when you first came out with Voices. Beautifully done, by the way. It's a closed group on Facebook, but I'm certain you can, follow Is that how it works, Jason? They click on it and then you let them in the group? Is that how that works? Okay, so voices, speak your voices heard. A really positive Facebook group where he posts very beautiful messages without his laced cuss words. Very uplifting messages. Yeah, I'm gonna talk about you, bruh. Very beautiful messages, and I watched how at first people were, really into it. But then as he started to continue to be positive and there was no negativity, people just weren't really seemingly interested. They were reading it and stuff, but they weren't commenting. I'm noticing that too on social media. I'm not a fan, but I do promote my show through it. And I can put up a post about my show, about what Earlene and I are doing, and it'll have 5 likes. And I can put up a picture of my face and it'll have 227 likes.
People like negativity. They're in pretty faces.
There you go.
Yes. And it's like, where have we come to a point where this is all we like, but yet we're saying we want a king and a queen mentality? When the only thing you really want to see is negativity and a pretty face or a handsome face. I'm seeing a lot of things on social media about gender neutral and all of these supposedly conscious brothers talking about, we need to move to this society as genderless. Listen, when a coroner lifts up your skirt, because we put you in a little dress when you die. Everybody get the same little gown. So if you want to wear a dress, you will have on one on the coroner's table. When we peek up under there, we say male or female. So it's never going to be a genderless society. People, cut it out. It's never going to be unless you all run around with tucks. You know what I'm saying? And then what we're going to say, this is a tucker, come on. So, people keep saying, oh, we need to move to a colorless society. So then are you not going to stop at red lights? You cannot have a colorless society. You cannot have a genderless society. But why isn't anyone fighting against an ignorant society? Why is that acceptable? That is driving me crazy. When I do this show, if Earlene is doing what she's doing in her gifts, the phone is ringing off the hook. I can't keep up with the cost because
why? Because it's free.
I know why. It's free, of course. I know why, because melanated folks love free. I know what it is. They want the free Jimmy John's, the free Chick-fil-A. They'll stand out line of Chick-fil-A for 5 and 6 hours for a free sandwich. But when it comes to really applying yourself and getting the knowledges and the sciences on how to win, you start with that is nothing, and you're right back to watching those websites that show you, so-and-so twerking on the roof of a car. Haven't we seen enough? When my son was in high school, when my son was in high school, there was a little group called the Twerk Team. And so from the time he was like 15 to 18, I saw enough twerking to save my life. And I can't believe it. The man is 27 now. I can't believe that it's still such a fad when all it is, if you know your history, is African dance. That's all it is. And they're just setting it to a different genre of music to make it look a certain way. But if you go back 20 years ago and look at them dancing in Kenya and Ghana and Nigeria, and those drums got to going, those booties were doing the same exact thing. And so it's not anything new under the sun, people. You can't be that mesmerized by an injected booty that has a butt crack that's so far apart it eats the drawers when it claps together. That's not that interesting. Come on. I have never seen... You see women like I have natural breasts and I have natural large breasts, and Earlene is blessed from the gods with even larger breasts than I. We have cleavage, but now you women got implants and y'all got Cleveland. Like your breasts are so far apart. One is in the northern hemisphere, you know what I'm saying? One is in the eastern hemisphere, and all I see is your whole chest down the middle, and then you turn around and you do it in your behind, and your 2 cheeks, one is on the left all the way over and one is on the right all the way over, and you have this huge highway in between your panties,
Now,
and
hate
men
to
are
interrupt,
saying,
but then not to mention, and I know this is totally off subject, but according to Gucci Mane,
"Oh,
that when you spread them, they stay in the same spot.
oh, Father." See, I didn't even know Gucci Mane said it, but yeah, that's the thing. And men are saying that this is the new beautiful, but Amber Rose shows her beautiful yoni, and I mean beautiful. It was tasteful. It wasn't, her legs weren't spread up anything, and people lost their mind. I'm so confused about what people want. I'm struggling with it because it seems like it's from one extreme to the next. One minute a man is saying he wants a queen. The next minute he is a queen. I'm confused. Jason, I'm confused.
Okay. Excuse me. I to be honest with you, if you got a dude that's doing stuff like that, like paying attention, look, twerking, like you said, has been around that long. And all it is women that now have, they got they job done. So they twerk and everything to make it look, something sexy. And I mean, that's what dudes do. Dudes will pay attention to that opposed to going and seeing, hey, dang, okay, they trying to make twerking something different.
I'm traditional. Earlene is not. I'm traditional. I remember the days of courting. I miss that. I miss when a gentleman caller would be at your door. I've lived many lifetimes and no, I wasn't born in the 20s, but I feel it in my bones. And I love when a man would come on your porch and knock on your door and just talk to you through the screen, and you were just smiling and he was just smiling, and then he just walked away, but you knew that he was going to ask you to marry him. I mean, I just thought that's so beautiful, that grandma and grandpa love, but now you got dudes literally, as they say, trying to smash off of a website that all you did was show your booty. I'm confused, people. And then you say, I don't know why I can't find a good man. You're finding exactly what you are.
Exactly.
You can't get above that. It's no Richard Gere. My favorite movie, thank you, Early, is Pretty Woman. I'm not going to lie. It's Pretty Woman. I'm like, this hoe made it. She got the fairy tale. But listen, it never happens. I don't know. It could happen. You know any hoes that have come up, Early?
Huh?
You know any hoes that have come up?
I know a lot of hoes that have come up. I truly do.
Oh,
and let's not forget that I dated a few football players, so I've seen some hoes come up.
Yes.
I just was not one of them hoes because I refuse to just lay up with somebody that I'm not attracted to.
There you go.
Yes, I remember. How ugly was he, Early?
Man, baby.
Flavor, Craig Mack.
No, neither one. Neither one.
They were attractive.
I just have, certain things about a man that I'm attracted to, and it just does not take much to turn me off.
Yeah, that's true. That's true, because she is definitely aware of what she wants. Now, I saw a post from you, Earlene, and I was loving the post because I would like for more women to be in that space where you basically said what it was that you wanted. And that's beautiful. Now, here's the thing, because I know you personally, I know that you're not going to settle for less than what you want. Do you find that women settling for less comes from fear-based energy, or does it come from, I'm sure it's a multitude of things. I don't think that it just comes from just low self-esteem. It just is. But what would you think that most women are settling for? Is it the idea that they're growing too old? Is it the idea that they need help? What do you really think?
I think that a lot of women end up settling for certain types of men because they don't feel like they can do any better. They become comfortable dealing with men that are on drugs. They become comfortable dealing with men that can't keep a job, dealing with men that beat them because they feel like that's the best that they can do. When in all actuality, there are gorgeous men out there. There are ugly men out there that would treat you like the woman that you are inside and out.
Amen.
And that's the truth. But if you settle for the man that you're with, you'll never have that. And some women just, I've seen women get married left and right just because they want to say that they're married. They marry the man, they pay for the wedding, they pay for the honeymoon, then they're miserable for the rest of their damn life. Just because they want to say I do.
Now, did they have a reading with you before they chose?
Let me tell you, the people that I see doing this, these people do not come to me for readings, okay?
Oh my goodness.
Because I'm the one to be out there in the audience, I'll eat popcorn in the church.
Oh Lord. Because of the drama?
Just looking at people make mistakes is sad.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's very sad. I'm not going to be one of those people. If I see that man that I'm looking for, I will have that man. And hopefully that man won't want me. I don't want to have somebody that don't want me.
Right.
But at the same time, I want to be content with or without a mate. I know that I'm going to be wealthy. I know that anyway. It's just I had the visual when I was married that I was going to be alone. I knew that my husband and I were not going to grow old together. That bothered me during my marriage. But when we finally split, I said, shit, that came true. Okay, so then moving along, what I didn't say in that post is that I spent like 2 years going and apologizing to men that I had upset. I think I said it last week.
Yeah, you did.
I anger men. And
How many?
A lot of them.
Don't do that.
Now, with that, Jason, I want to talk about what it is, because I hear you a lot of times say good man, good woman, and it's relative because, like I said, some men are good woman beaters, some are good rapists. So you got to be specific on what you want. But when a man has the quintessential woman, when he has everything that he could ask for or pray for, what is it about that man that makes him run and pick up something that isn't worth his time? What's that about?
What makes him go and pick up something that's not worth his time is when time is wasted. If you cannot grow together as one, then
No, you're not hearing me. What I said was when a man has everything he could possibly need in a woman, he has the quintessential woman, everything he's ever asked for or prayed for, what makes that man go and run out and pick up a woman that's not worth a dime and leave or cheat on or misuse the woman that he literally knows has been dropped out of the heavens for him? What is that about?
One word: stupidity. He doesn't have that mindset. He doesn't have the mindset of realizing what he has and appreciating the woman that he has right in front of him. And so instead, he goes and finds the options. He goes and finds the options that are out there. They willing and able just to, to be his smash buddy or whatever you want to call it. You know what I'm saying? Instead of looking at that woman at home that's right there doing everything that, that he's ever wanted and asking for, cooking, cleaning, doing all that stuff that he wants. And she's doing that. You know what I'm saying? He'd rather have somebody who that's what I say, the stupidity. That's where the stupidity comes in.
But what if he is not the man for that woman?
If he's not
yes,
the man.
Bloop. I mean, yes, Earlene. I know you see she's shady though. She's shady though. I could throw shade at this. She gonna throw some extra shade on it. Shut up, Earlene. Yes, I understand that. I still want to know the reasons. Okay, he's not the man for you. But I still want to know what type of retardation is in a man's mind that he will go out and pick cotton when he's been made free.
He needs to remove himself and stop wasting her time.
Like cotton.
Okay, so maybe he likes cotton. You know what, mister? I mean, she is so shady, but I love it because, yes, Earlene Earlene knows how to get my mind to the space. I would have never said maybe he liked cotton, but yes, she's right. I can't stand you. I can't stand you, but you are absolutely right. I don't know who would want to pick cotton when they've been given their free papers, but I guess if you've been picking cotton your whole life, you'd be out of your cotton picking mind to stop. So thank you, Earlene, because I need to know, because I am one of those women that sit and ponder, like, what was wrong with him?
Take for instance, this is a real life situation.
Mm-hmm.
I have a little brother. He is wonderful. He is a good father. He is a good provider. And he married the absolute worst person that he could marry. Okay? Now, this is a true story to me. Mm-hmm. This is in my opinion. Okay? But
she said it on the air, and it is her real brother. Go ahead.
And you know what? I don't give a shit either. But anyway,
I'm feeling so bad right now.
But, there are good men out there.
Yeah.
That are being dogged out by negative women.
Yeah.
There are good women out there that's being dogged out by negative men. The thing is, a person has to want better for themselves. Let's say that man going and picking that cotton. Mm-hmm. Like you said, he's used to picking cotton. He don't know what it is to have a woman cook for him and clean and do all these wonderful things for him. He does not see the value in that. And it's vice versa. So if that's what you're used to, if you're used to a man beating you and abusing you and cheating on you and having kids on you, then you will continue to attract men that do those kinds of things until you break the cycle of you doing that.
Right. And that's the thing.
There are good men.
You finally hit it on the head. I was going to get her, but I was going to trap her into saying it. That's what I'm talking about tonight. The law of attraction. What are you attracting? King and queen, is it a fad, or is the consciousness shifting? I feel like it's more of a fad right now. It's more of a conversation.
I think consciousness is shifting and people are selling it as a fad.
Absolutely. It's marketable. That's one thing. It is marketable. But what I'm saying is, in our community, because Lord knows you say one thing in our community, there's a T-shirt the next day, it's like, a T-shirt literally the next day. I remember, what was that thing? I ain't watched TV in years, but Evelyn or Tammy or somebody said something like irrelevant, you're irrelevant or something like that. And it was a T-shirt. I mean, literally like the following week. And it was, people were just wearing it everywhere, really just trend getting. And I'm into trend setting. I like timeless things. I like a gentleman still. I think there's nothing like a well-dressed man. I was talking to my neighbor yesterday, and he said to me, Sierra, because he's from West Africa. He said, these women here in Atlanta, they make me laugh. I said, why? He said, I have my own business. And every time I'm out in a suit, they ask me, am I going on a job interview? And I said, what? And he said, yeah, they think here when you have on a suit that you're either going on a job interview or to a funeral. I remember a time when the black man stayed in a suit. And oh my gosh, are you talking about there was nothing sexier than that? I'm old school. I mean, I don't like the black man that's wearing the red suit with the white shirt and the white shoes and the vest and the cane. That one I'm not a fan of. But
King Viagra.
What you say?
King Viagra.
Yeah, I'm not particularly a fan of that particular man, the Jerome Rome syndrome, but the man who is just debonair and smooth with it, and bring that man back. Neo has said a while.
Nice, yes.
I do, and smell good. What is with this gorilla in the mist, silverback gorilla aroma that you all are presenting lately?
Gosh, I hadn't smelled that on anyone. Where did you smell that?
Listen, I'm smelling gorillas in the mist. I mean, I deal with brothers. You know what I do for a living. I'm a spiritual bather. I'm a daikini. I'm an empress of all things wonderful and lush. And you come for an appointment with me. And instead of me being able to be a spiritual bather, what do I have to do earlier? I have to wash your what? Your literal Your literal. I mean, come on. I come from the time where the man was smelling good, looking good. I mean, I don't want the concholine back in the hair, but I am sick. I am sick to death. Listen, if you don't have any hair in the center, it's time to get rid of your dreadlocks. Stop it. Okay?
Shit.
If you've got George Jefferson, listen, if you've got George Jefferson dreadlocks, stop it. Okay? It's time to give it up.
Have trouble letting go.
I saw a brother the other day, and he had George Jefferson locks. They were all the way down his back, but there was nothing from the front to the middle. And they were still, I was like, why? Now, he could have taken by the length and wrapped them around his whole head, and it would have looked like he had a head full of hair. But I was thinking to myself, this is a Teddy Pendergrass moment. You need to let it go. Your hair has committed a TKO. Stop it. And and there's certain things. I'm tired of seeing that. If you've got 6 holes in your face, you can't grow a beard. Okay? Meaning these brothers with all these patches in their beards where the hair is so nappy it just won't grow in that spot. You don't have beard gang. Stop. You don't. You know what I'm saying?
Like I said, some people have trouble letting go.
And some people have trouble with things that will grow. Okay? So if your stylist doesn't have edges, chances are you won't have any edges. Okay? This is just wisdom. It's wisdom. I can't. And so I've had enough of us with the foolishness. If you are a thought, you can't get mad that your man is a thought.
Roll out.
The like is attracting the like. If you all met on Tinder, because I didn't know that Tinder was a hookup site. I thought it was a real dating site because I was too cheap to do my research on, what was it called? eHarmony, because when I went through the photos on eHarmony, nobody was really that nice looking. And I at least wanted to do research and have, dinner and drinks every night with different gentlemen. Men are cheap now. They don't want to buy you dinner. They don't want to buy you a drink. What kind of woman sleeps with a man that isn't doing the basics? I mean,
I gotta be honest with you, and I do not. It irks me. That a man wants to cook for me. I don't know what it is about it, but I don't want I don't want you to cook me breakfast. I don't want you to cook me dinner.
You're the first.
Start pouting.
No, in all honesty, I don't either because Earlene doesn't want it because she doesn't want it, but I don't want it because I'm traditional and I just that this gentleman, however, is offended.
I want to go out. I want you
to
take
she
me
wants
out.
to go out. She wants to go out. Early wants to go out. I've heard that too. Men saying, "Oh, why don't you come over and let me cook for you?" The next thing was, and I'm gonna ask you, Jason, because of your age bracket. Early, I'm not asking her because I know the answer already.
No,
but
me.
What is this Netflix and chill thing that women are actually signing up for? What kind of dating is that? Jason, are you guilty of the Netflix and chill?
I used to be. I'm not gonna lie. I used to be all for it when Netflix first made its little appearance. Yeah, I was about the Netflix and chill, but you know what I'm saying.
But were you chilling or were you trying to get some?
Actually, I was chilling.
Yeah, because when the first Netflix came out, people were just chilling. I mean, I would go over to my girlfriend's house and we watch something on Netflix. It was cool. But I'm talking about this new Netflix chill where they be posting like Netflix and chill, quote unquote, and smiley face and winks. And I didn't even know. My son had to tell me that meant I want your butt. I didn't know that it meant that. My son was like, yeah, Ma, that means, hey, I ain't giving you nothing. I ain't buying you nothing. I just want to smash. And I was like, well, what kind of women are doing this? And he was like, all of them.
I wouldn't say all of them. Just the auto thoughts and all that. They do that.
All of them in his age bracket is what he was saying. He was 26 at the time when we had this conversation. Now, the women, though, weren't 26 that he was hooking up with. They were like 22 to 18 to 23 maybe. But I'm noticing that grown men are looking more for that young type of girl. The airhead with nothing between her head and only something between her legs. And so, I know a lot of it is the Madonna whore complex and all that, men still claiming that, they want a lady, they want a lady in the street with a freak in the sheets. But the truth of the matter is, half of these brothers, when you get home and you try to bring out your inner freak, they scared. But they'll go out in the street and get it. So it's really scary to me. I'm coming to the end of my show, but Earlene, just tell the people where they can find you, because here's the thing. I want mandatory readings at this point. I want you all to call Earlene, and I want you to find out where you're at energetically before you start bringing people into your life, because this is getting on my nerves. Earlene, tell the people where they can.
You can reach me at 423-803-9007.
And here's the spiritual. 007. She is an investigator of all things spiritual. And yes, you possibly will be offended, but it's the best thing that will ever happen to you, because sister is in tune spiritually. She's not a psychic, she's an oracle. She can see your past, present, future, your past life, what your mama and them did, all that stuff. She can tell you what you're thinking. She find your shoes. Yes, she found my girlfriend's shoes, all of that stuff. So, go ahead and give her a call. Just accept that you will be offended. Next, before you take the time to get a relationship, sign up for Voices, Speak Your Voice is Heard with Jason Gamble, because he does post some positive clues and informations on why you should be in a relationship, why you shouldn't be in a relationship, how your relationship should be going down if you're in it. Really positive messages for the alleged king and queen. So, exactly. Jason, tell them how to get in touch with you, please.
If you just look up Jason Gamble, go in and I'll post and I'll share my group information for Speaking of Voices is Heard. It is a group of positivity. I'm sorry, I'm not all about the negative BS and the drama, but I promise you, if you do follow this group, you will get enlightened by some things, that you probably don't even know about yourself. But I promise.
It's really positive messages. I like positivity. There is enough negativity on every channel, on every avenue. There's enough negativity. We need some more positive vibrations. The positivity is subtle. Beautiful things happen and you don't even hear about it. You got to hope that it gets 10,000 likes to circulate onto your page before you can hear about it. So you can catch me on SierraTorres.com, SierraTorres.com. All of our radio shows are on my website. No, I haven't really posted on YouTube because some of y'all are just thieves. And so you got to work for it and go to my website and you can download it from there. I am really passionate about what I do. And these questions are real. Earlene is here because she offers a different point of view. Earlene is a thug. That's my number one rider. She drops it to me. She gives it to me hot. Maybe he likes cotton. You know what I'm saying? It's the truth. I sometimes have a hard time understanding why that happens, but she always gives it to me real. And that's why I appreciate her, because sometimes you need another opinion. But listen, don't go asking the opinion with a person who hasn't experienced it. If you have a job and you're having trouble on your job, don't go ask the unemployed person for advice, okay? If you're having trouble in your relationship, don't go ask the chick that can't keep a man about your man, okay? Make sure that your things are equally yoked so that you can have a positive experience. For you all that are still texting me, stop it. Because I told you to call in and you're not doing it. And so stop texting me stop inboxing me right now, because tonight I'm going to go to sleep after this, because what I have experienced today really does have me concerned about where our community is going. Where our community is going, where our children are headed. It's a serious experience for me. Everybody is not blessed to have what they can say, quote unquote, is a good child. Some people don't even realize that they've turned their children into what they have become. You know, and I talked with a gentleman the other day, and he was telling me how, you know, he wears women's panties and bras and stuff. And he's not a homosexual. He's not a homosexual. He's back in the day what they called a transvestite. And I asked him why, and he said, well, my mother was a prostitute, and as she used to sit in front of her little mirror and get ready, she would put on her stockings and clip them to her garter, and she would tell me, "Isn't mommy pretty?" What? And so that feeling aroused him sexually, and now he's wearing women's garter belts and garments under his suit. And so what I do, I'm very serious about, people. It's time, if your consciousness has shifted, it's time to stand up and show that it's shifted. If your behaviors aren't the same as they were, it's nothing worse than a 65-year-old B-boy. Seriously, like I saw a dude walking the other day, and he was every bit of 62 maybe, or maybe he just looked really bad. But I mean, he was pimping, he was rapping, he had his shirt unbuttoned, and I was like, now listen, stop that, just get to where you're going. But he was doing the most on the side of the highway for whatever attention he thought he was going to get, or maybe he thought he was going to be the next YouTube sensation that somebody was going to stop and record his crackhead behavior. And the truth of the matter is, if we're coming up and out, stop asking for your 40 acres and a mule and get out there and get it yourself. It's really driving me to the point of anger that people still want to pick cotton. As Early said, that people still like cotton. You know what I'm saying? It's upsetting, but I understand what she's saying. So if you like cotton, make sure you're with somebody who likes cotton.
And if you want silk, make sure you got one that will shine.
If you're a police, don't get caught out there in that park that man
got Lord, I knew it was coming. Listen, he said it was a mistake. I don't know how it's a mistake when you're holding all your genitalia in your hand. But, you know, let's ask Tevin Campbell next week. I don't know. But, yeah, that's Atlanta news. It was pretty terrible. Our sheriff was out at Piedmont Park soliciting illicit behavior, but he says it was a mistake, and he's going to clear his name while he's on this 40-day suspension. These are your elected officials, people. He's elected. You know what I'm saying? This is it. So I'm Goddess Sierra. I want to thank my co-host, the Goddess and lovely Oracle Earlene. I want to thank my special guest, Jason Gamble. And I want to tell you that this is Grown Folks Business, and I'll see you next week.
All right.
I know you're used to letdowns and heartbreaks, lost in silhouettes of your heartaches. I can show you better, babe. I can show you better, babe. I know you're used to letdowns and heartbreaks.